Welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we are back with another lore video. Today's topic is a faction that I've been seeing a lot of people play lately within multiplayer mode of Total War Warhammer. This is the Crooked Moon clan. So I figured it might be interesting if I just go into their history a little bit. So without further ado, let's begin. The Crooked Moon clan is one of the largest and most powerful night goblin tribes within the southern World's Edge Mountains. They are currently locked in a seemingly endless siege of the Karak 8 Peaks, which has pretty much put them in a never-ending war against the local dwarves of that region and the Skaven. However, I am digressing a little bit from the story, so we will continue. The tribe itself was one of many different tribes which claimed a patch of the territory within the peaks, and during that time was led by a goblin warlord known as Ibrit Dung Strangler, who was quite a particular goblin, as during in his spare time he would strangle dung. However, it was not Ibrit who would make the Crooked Moon clan become quite infamous. That was to the goblin who would later be known as Skarsnik, a seemingly insignificant goblin who was a member of the Backstairs Boys, which were a small faction in the Crooked Moon tribe. Now, there will be a lengthy lore video detailing Skarsnik and his exploits. However, I just want to go over the basics. At some point, Skarsnik was kicked out of his tribe, only to return a few years later with an army of goblin wolf riders. Funnily enough, he arrived just in time, as his tribe was being attacked by a massive Skaven invasion, which had split the tribe into two factions, those following Ibrit to the east and others to the west. Skarsnik was somewhat of a competent military leader, which ended up with him uniting the tribe to the west and destroying the Skaven effort within a single day. Shortly after that, the eastern and the western factions of the Crooked Moon tribe then rejoined once again to form one larger tribe. Ibrit, however, knew that his position was endangered so long as Skarsnik lived, and on many occasions attempted to assassinate Skarsnik. However, as mentioned before, Skarsnik was resourceful and always thwarted the attempts. Eventually, however, Skarsnik grew bored of the attempts and eventually tricked the giant goblin into being devoured by his pet, Gobbler, a quite gigantic squig. Since then, Skarsnik took control of the Crooked Moon tribe, and under his leadership, the Crooked Moon have only had good fortunes, even growing in size enough to be counted as one of the most important confederations of night goblins. Naturally, as they got stronger and stronger, they tended to fight more and more with the local greenskins and dwarves. A famous battle led by Skarsnik was the Battle of the Jaws, which was named after the greenskin formations that enclosed the dwarves. And perhaps the most well-known battle led by Skarsnik was the Battle of Eastgate, where they managed to wipe out about half of the dwarf troops, but the other half managed to get into the citadel hold of Karak 8 Peaks. Skarsnik has been constantly sieging that area in order to retake the land, and has been fighting against the dwarves and the Skaven of the region. However, the Crooked Moon have also launched raids against Barak Var and Karak Azul, whilst also sieging the Karak 8 Peaks. But we will go into more detail of this when we discuss Skarsnik's story. Until then, thank you so much for watching everyone, and until next time.